Today we're going to go over the Taurus TCP 380, and that's coming up next here on Jesse B Outdoors. Welcome back everybody. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Leave a comment down below if you like videos like this. Once again, I would like to thank a viewer, Tom. Thank you for loaning us a gun to do a video on. He loaned us the Taurus TCP here to do a video on. So what we're going to do is we're going to take it over to the table here. I'm going to tell you guys some stuff about this gun. Then we're going to take it outside and shoot it, and I'll give you my thoughts on it. So let's get started. Now before we get started, let's show clear on this. Pull the slide back. No magazine in it. Nothing in the chamber, so the gun is safe. So let's go over some of the specs on this. The Taurus PT738 TCP 380 is a micro-compact pistol that you can shoot 380 ACP in. It comes with one 6-round magazine, which gives you 6+1 capacity of 380 ACP. The Taurus TCP is a hammer-fired gun, and it is a double action only. It comes with fixed sights that are machined right into the slide. The total length on this gun is 5.25 inches. Total width of the gun is 0.87 inches. And the total height of the gun with the magazine is 3.75 inches. And the total weight of the gun is going to be 10.2 ounces. It comes with a stainless steel barrel, and it comes in at 2.84 inches. It comes with dual recoil springs and has a non-captured guide rod. And here's what the gun looks like taken down for cleaning and maintenance. Now one thing I want to show you inside here, I want to do a trigger pull on this. Show you guys the trigger and reset on it, and then we'll do 3 pulls on it and see what it pulls at. But first, let's be safe here. You can see nothing in the magazine. Going to move it back. Nothing in the chamber there. The gun is safe. So you're going to pull the trigger back, and you're going to have what feels like a wall right there. But that is actually still part of the take-up. And then we're going to keep squeezing. Squeeze, squeeze. You heard a click. Squeeze some more, squeeze some more. Then we get almost to the back. And then we got click. This is a pretty weird trigger that's in this. Let's go ahead and check the reset here. Now one thing I noticed messing with this off camera, you're going to hear a click. Let's go out and release it. You hear that right there? You think that's the reset? That is a false reset. You can pull it back and it'll go click. But it does not drop the hammer because the hammer's not back all the way. That is not very good on a carry gun if you shoot off of the reset. So let's go ahead and reset it again. And I'm going to show you it has 2 clicks. We're going to release it. Right there was the first click. Right there was the second click. You have to let this trigger all the way out for it to reset for you to fire again. I'm going to demonstrate this outside too. We're going to do this, and I'm going to put a round in the chamber, and we're going to reset it here. We're going to fire it, and then we're going to take it back out to that first click, and then we're going to see if it fires around or not outside. That's one thing I don't like about the trigger on this. Let's go ahead and get the trigger gauge out and see where it pulls at. Now we got the trigger gauge out, so we're going to go ahead and test that. But once again, because we're going to be pulling a trigger, nothing in chamber, still no magazine in the gun. We got our gauge right here. Good old wheeler. We're going to zero that out, make sure it's zeroed. And we're going to do a pull here. Try to get this on there and do a pull. And looks like right there we got 5.5 pounds. We'll do it one more time here just to make sure. Try to get this lined up in the same spot. This actually for trigger pull has a very good trigger pull on it. Broke again, and right there we were at about 5 pounds, just a little bit over. Actually has a very nice trigger on it for a pocket gun. Now that we know a little bit about this gun, let's take it outside and shoot it and get our shooting impressions of it. Now we're outside with the Taurus TCP 380 here, and I'm at about the 7-yard line. With a little pocket pistol like this, this is a get off me gun, not a target gun. Usually I shoot at about 10 to 12 yards. So we're going to try this out at 7 yards. And the ammo we're shooting today is my reloads. Basically what we got here is a Lee bullet that's 102 grain. And I got it loaded with some HP 38 powder. It works good in my SIG 380. So we're going to try it out in this and see how it works. First one I'm going to do is I'm just going to shoot at the big silhouette that's on the metal framing, just to get my aim down. And once again, I'll give you my first mag impression after I shoot it. So let's get started. was pretty much about where I was aiming. Nice. Oop, got a little hang up there. Alright, hung up a little bit on the last round. Could have been my reloads because they're not made for this gun. But first magazine thoughts is, it is a tad bit snappy, but I could hit where I wanted to. Needs a little bit of texture. And the sights, like I showed inside, I could use a little dot of paint. If this was mine, I'd paint that front sight. But all in all, it hit what I was aiming for. So not too bad. Let's load up again. Alright, second magazine here. I'm just going to try to put one on every single target just to try to get used to it. We'll start over here on the left silhouette. Pop that. Small silhouette. Pop that. Big silhouette on the frame. Pop that. Let's see if we can get that small plate. Alright, pop the plate, try it one more time. Trigger on this is a little bit different than something I'm used to. It don't really have a wall, it's like a roll through and then right at the very end, pop, then it goes off. Let's load up another magazine. Now that I'm getting warmed up with it and getting kind of used to it, I'm just going to do 2, 2, and 2. And that'll get us through the magazine. Let's see how that goes. Alright, not too bad. For being a little snappy 380 with no sights, I'm hitting pretty good with it. Alright, I know this is a little pocket gun, but I'm going to bear down and try to hit that small plate. We're going to put the whole magazine on it and see how we do. Oh, bullet ain't coming off of it. We'll put the last ones on that one right next to it. Alright, let me do a range repair real quick if I can. If not, we'll just shoot at the silhouettes for the rest of the video. Alright, we got the range repair complete. Basically, I just backed off the screw on it. Those things get hit with 10mm, 45 ACP, 45 Colt. They get hit with all kinds of stuff, and I haven't been keeping up on the bolts because it's winter. That's all the issue was with that. I'm going to try to put the next 2 rounds in this magazine on that small plate again. Alright, it looks just fine again. Try it one more time. There we go. Alright, working pretty good. Now in this part of the video, I want to go over the trigger on this. If you guys remember inside, I said this had like 2 resets. I had like a false reset, and then it had the right reset. I'm going to demonstrate that here real quick. So you guys can see here, I'm going to cock it here. We're going to pull the trigger all the way back, and this does break all the way back. I'll hold my thumb down right at the back there. Then we're going to go until we hear the first click, which would normally be the reset, and I like shooting off the reset. That's why I want to show you guys this. Right there was the click. That was the first click. Now I'm looking through the hammer in the back and it is barely cocked, and I'll pull the trigger and there's just a small little snap. That might not cause the primer to go off. We'll do it over again and show you guys where you got to do it. That was the first click, and then all the way out is the second click. Now as I pull the trigger back, I can see that hammer moving all the way back to fire it. That could be an issue. Now I'm going to load this gun up and we're going to try to demonstrate this and see if we can get the rounds to fire. I'm going to try to hold my thumbs like with a revolver grip so you can see this. So we're going to do a shot. It went off. I'm going to go to the first click. There's the first click. Let's see if it goes off. It did go off on that one. Let's try it again. Went off again. One more time. Ah, that time it didn't. So it is not 100% on that if it'll go off or not. Now if I'm in a firefight, I go to let the trigger all the way back out again. Let's see if it'll pull the hammer. Nothing but a dead trigger. So what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to eject that live round, do it again, pull the trigger, and then let it out all the way, just like this. And there you go. That could be a deadly flaw if you guys try to shoot off the reset and you don't know that. Alright, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do 2 on the center silhouette, 2 on the left one, and then 2 on the right one. Let's see how this goes. Ooh, missed that one. Only missed 1 out of 6. Not too bad from this distance. It is a good shooting little gun. Alright, I only got 3 rounds left, so I'm going to try to put all 3 on that small little plate. See what we can do with this little pocket pistol. Miss. Got it. Alright, last round and we got it. So let's go over what I think about this gun. So now let's go over my thoughts on the Taurus TCP 380 here. It shot just fine, but let's go over the cons here first. I want to do that. First thing that I don't like about it, but I know it's a pocket pistol, is the sights. There's barely anything there. They're machined into the slide. But the way I could fix that for me is that I put a little front paint up here on this front sight. That'd make a world of difference to me. And then I think it'd be a lot more better for me to be able to hit stuff with. Now, being a pocket pistol, you want them nice and small like this to draw off your pocket and not snag on anything. So the sights do serve their purpose on that. I would just need a little bit of color on the front of it. Now, the next thing I want to go to is the trigger. This trigger is something that I have never shot before, and I'll show you guys. A lot of times when you guys go to pull it back, usually there's a wall. And with this one, it's almost like it just rolls right through, and then there's a snap. We'll show you that again. There's like no wall, it just rolls through and then a snap. I've never shot a gun with a trigger like that. It's a little bit different, but as you saw, as I shot it more, I got used to it and it didn't faze me. But it does snap all the way back here, and that's one thing I don't like. I'd like it better if it snapped about right there. That just puts less stress on your finger trying to pull it all the way back with this small of a gun. Then the next thing that I don't like about it is the texture. It looks like it has texture on it here on the sides, back in the front strap, but it don't. It's slippery, and with a snappy little gun like this, if there was some texture there, that would help a lot to keep a better grip on it for faster follow-up shots. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I don't like about it. Oh, back to the trigger again. That false reset. We'll show you that again real quick here. You pull the trigger back, it snaps. Then you reset it if you go to that first click. And then we pull it. A couple of times the round fired, and then one time it didn't. You don't want to chance that one time that it didn't fire, or the 2 that did, if your life's dependent on it. You want to be able to fire it, go all the way out to that second reset, which is all the way out, and then pull the trigger again to make sure that fires. Like I said, that could be deadly if you shoot off the reset, and you hit that first one, pull the trigger, and it don't go off. That could be a bad thing. Now let's go over some of the good things about it. The first thing is, besides that little hiccup on the slide, which I'm sure that was probably maybe had to do with my reload because we only had that one issue. It was slow to go into battery and it didn't go all the way into battery. I'm sure that's probably mine. I got mixed brass with these. So when you're reloading, if you guys know that, sometimes stuff can be a little bit off with mixed brass on it. But it fired just fine. It fired every single round with no issues, no light primer strikes, no big hang-ups. So it is a good shooting gun for its price point. And speaking of the price point, Taurus don't make these anymore. So you should be able to pick these up probably under $200, I would say. But I'm not trying to sell these YouTube. I'm just saying the price on these. And they have been replaced with a Spectrum. And I wouldn't mind getting one of those Spectrums and try it out just to see how it compares to this. But besides that, it's a good shooting gun. It does what it's meant for. It's nice and small. Fits in your pocket. I didn't do no pocket draws on it because I'm not a pocket carrier. But if you're looking for something like this and you're on a budget, this might be something to pick up. Just watch for that trigger and make sure you let it go all the way out. So once again, I'd like to thank viewer Tom for letting us borrow this gun and do a video on it. He also let us borrow the Kimbrel Micro 9. And I tell you what, for this being a snappy little 380, I actually shot this way better than that Kimbrel Micro 9. But I'd like to thank Tom for letting us borrow both of those guns to do videos with. I always appreciate it because, as we know, guns are expensive. And I love it when people let me loan them so I can do videos on them for you guys and tell you my opinions on them. So once again, don't forget to check the links out down below. I'll have links down there, the Axle Hearing Protection, Gators Eyewear. This is my favorite safety pro I like using. There's other affiliate links down there, which does help out the channel. Some of them got discount codes to save you guys money. So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Leave a comment down below. We are one nation under God, and I'll see you all on the next one.